Hello again, YouTube. Philip Nicely from Austin, Texas. And I wanted to get partially to the reason why I'm recording these videos. My coworker and friend, to whom I am donating my kidney as a live donor. I hope I'm a live donor. I'm kidding. In any case, I am trying to get a trip donated by someone like Ellen DeGeneres, someone with a talk show, Oprah Winfrey, Bonnie Hunt. I'm not picky, to tell you the truth. All I really want is, for Christmas, is my 2 front teeth. I'm kidding. What I want for Christmas this year is, first, for my operation, my kidney transplant to my friend, to go smoothly, and for him to receive the kidney, and for him not to have to be on dialysis again in his adult life for the rest of his life. The second thing is that when he recuperates from the successful transplant, and I'm most confident is going to happen, I would like for he and his wife and 3 kids to go on a cruise, on a trip, something where they can enjoy each other's company without the worry and the burden of their dad being ill and not being able to travel because of being on dialysis. So, I want to read you what I've been through so far. When I first went in and signed the paperwork, I was very gung-ho. I still am. I'm a little less so just in perspective, which I'll tell you about in a minute, just because I've had some realizations in doing this, which have been really good. In any case, on November 25th, on a Tuesday, I started a 24-hour urine collection. I'm sorry to be so graphic, but I do want to tell you what I've been through because I want to encourage folks to donate live organs, and this is an incredible experience that you will get an incredible health checkup, which I'm about to read you about. I started a 24-hour urine collection before 8 in the morning. I followed the instructions that they gave me in terms of what to do and how to collect, etc. Then the next day, on November 26th, at 7:30, I checked in at the Renal Transplant Center at St. David's Hospital in North Austin here, and it's at the North Austin Medical Center. And I had lab work done. I had a creatinine clearance done where they tested my urine at that point. I did a urine sample when I got there at 8 o'clock or at 8 o'clock after I arrived. Then they did at 8:30 a chest x-ray and EKG. At 9:15 in the morning, they did a renal ultrasound, where they did an ultrasound. She showed me a lot of my organs in addition to my kidneys, but it was really incredible in pictures and Doppler and all that stuff, which I mentioned in the previous video. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I went to see the doctor who I believe is the doctor that's going to be transplanting the kidney into my friend. It's going to be removed by someone else, but I had a transplant history and physical with the doctor at the transplant center, and he was very satisfied that everything is really good, and we were moving forward at that point. Yay. Then on Wednesday at 11 a.m., which same day, on the 26th, I had a coordinator education with Angela Scheit. She is my angel, first of all. Yay, Angela. And she is the coordinator for my transplant and my advocate, etc., etc. I have another advocate who's a social worker also, which I'll get to in a moment. So that was my day that day, and it went really well. Then I had a follow-up on November 30th. I checked in at 10:15 a.m. I had at 10:30 a.m. I had a TB test that was placed on my skin. They injected this stuff and it made like a bubble under my skin, and I couldn't scratch it or itch it or do anything or rub it or anything, just so it wouldn't be a false positive, and I was hoping, obviously, that wouldn't be the case, and it wasn't, but that's later. And then at 10:45, I had a CT angiogram of my abdomen. They put me on a table with one of those big kind of hoop deals that used to be like a tube, I believe, for an MRI or for like the CT thing, and they put they put a needle in my arm. I can't remember what the name of it is, but they basically put that, and then they were able to inject dye into my system. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. Dye into my system, and which felt real hot as it was going through. They said I was really hot, and I was like, oh, thank you. Haha. In any case, I'll take any compliments I can get, even if they're not really meant. In any case, so I had the angiogram, and then same day at noon, I had an exercise stress echocardiogram with a doctor, with a cardiologist. That also went well. I enjoyed it. The doctor is Italian, a very nice guy, nice looking also, if I say so myself. And his assistant was wonderful. All of the folks have been just great in all these tests. I don't remember all their names. I'm so sorry I don't, because these are really wonderful folks who I've been dealing with, and they've been so supportive of what I'm doing, so pleasant to deal with. In any case, I digress. We did the cardiac stress test. I ran on a treadmill, walked fast or whatever, almost ran on an uphill motion at one point, and then they hooked me up and did a scan, all that stuff. He said everything looked great. We had a great conversation, we laughed a couple times. He asked me if I like Italian women. I told him no, but I like Italian men. And it threw him off a little bit, but he rolled with it pretty well. Haha. In any case, because I'm a patient that's a donor too, I can be honest about all sorts of stuff, and I know that I can't ruffle their feathers too badly because they don't want to run me off. All right, so back. Then I did a living donor evaluation with my doctor, who is going to be removing my kidney, my left kidney, as it turns out, because that's the one that's preferred if they're both functioning 100%, which they are. That's what's the long and short of it, that they're functioning both really well. So I had that evaluation with my doctor, who's going to do the removal, and he explained what he's going to do. It's hopefully going to be laparoscopically, where they puncture me in a couple places, and either 2 or 3 places, depending on what they need or what they need to do, etc., which is fine with me. Anything's fine at this point, just to try and make this happen. Then they also do an incision 1 inch above my navel, around my navel, kind of a semicircle, and then 1 inch below. So a total of probably about 3 or 4 inches, I would imagine, the spans. And after they do the laparoscopic removal part, where they cut it, I guess they suture or saw or whatever, cauterize, whatever they have to do to make sure I don't bleed. Thank you. That all is just miraculous, and just incredible science to have this happen this way. And then he reaches in through that opening in my belly and pulls the kidney out with all the tubes and ducts and everything intact. And then they go and they hand it off to the transplant team that takes it, and it's a different doctor that will be putting it in my friend in an adjoining operating room, or one close by, I imagine. Then I go into recovery, and after they're done with him, he goes into ICU, just because of the nature of him needing to be monitored much more than a healthy person who's just having a removal. That's not to say that I'm not going to have potential for lots of things happen, which have all been explained to me, and I'm quite comfortable with my odds, because I just know this is going to be a good thing. Anyway, signing off for the moment. I will read you more actually, let me finish. I was supposed to have a social work, I apologize. I was supposed to have a social work evaluation, but they canceled for that afternoon, so they rescheduled it for the following Wednesday, which I'll tell you about momentarily. That's all for now. Take care, everybody, and happy holidays. Again, I'm looking for a donor for a trip. I'm donating the easy part, and now I need the hard part handled, which is the financial thing, which I can't afford. And Oprah, Ellen, or anybody, Bonnie Hunt, Richard Simmons, whoever's looking, Kojo, the PKD Foundation, Polycystic Kidney Disease Foundation, anybody who might be able to help me to do something for my friends, I would be eternally grateful, and I know they would too. Thank you so much. Signing off from Austin, Texas, it's Philip Nicely. Adios.